Hey, look, guys, I'm really sorry. Like, this is getting really incredibly old. I'm just trying to finish up the stream. Like, I just need like another 10 minutes, but like my internet's just not giving it to me. Like, I swear, once this cutscene's all over, I'm just gonna save, call it a night. I'm not gonna go on for another hour. I just want to end this off. Like, like I want to enjoy this part of the game because this is like a turning point. I don't want to have to be paying attention to my internet. But I really do apologize. Like, it chose the literal worst time. I could have done that when I was grinding yesterday or something like that, and I would not have. I would be like, well, this sucks. I'll just go end off stream, or I wouldn't be that mad about it. But anyway, let's shut up before this thing decides to crash again.
I only wish I had more to say than that. My apologies. Still, if your power truly is the same as that of Tomas or this Talus, we may find that the questions hanging over the two of us share a single answer.
What do you mean?
Edelgard said it was Talus that murdered my father. Of course, it is the peak of folly to take an enemy's word at face value. But if she spoke true, then neither the Western Lords nor the Empire are the root of this strife. Another faction skulks in the shadows of Fodlan, bending matters to their will. And if we suppose Cornelia was party to Talus and his dark schemes, her actions become all the more explicable. I alone must bring light to this darkness.
You're doing it again. You don't hold a monopoly on revenge, you know. Or on truth-seeking for that matter.
I need to know what happened too. I need to face the reality of my past.
I'm in too. I want my father to finally have closure.
I know I don't have the same kind of shared history all of you do.
Your father? What do you mean? I mean, he's still alive, right? Or did he die? I don't recall that. I'm pretty sure Gustav's still alive.
But I do share your desire to know the truth, both about myself and everything else.
Yes. Yes, you're right. Forgive me. For the time being,
Dimitri.
we have defended the fortress ably, but lost countless capable officers and soldiers in the process. Even I will need time to recover before I can wield my lance anew. Once we've secured the Silver Maiden, we'll return to the capital. Edelgard.
Are you certain?
Isn't that Ferdinand's dad?
Most. Adrestia is yours to command in the Emperor's stead. None remain who can stop your ascension to the peak of this empire.
Oh. Edelgard doesn't seem
What
pleased.
says Her Majesty? Nothing at present. A grave injury suffered during the siege of Aryan Road has left her unable to speak.
Oh wow, she can't talk.
Come now, Duke. Haven't you always dreamt of saving your dear empire in its time of greatest need? Yes, you have a point. I will take up arms to solve this crisis. Under my rule, we shall crush the Kingdom and Alliance both, and unite all of Fodlan beneath the ever-majestic banner of Adrestia. The unfulfilled ambition of countless emperors past will be made manifest by none other than myself.
Well, that's
Ludwig
interesting.
von Eyre, savior of the empire.
We got discount Fodlandian Oliver, who's now the new emperor.
Then we will lift you up from the darkness, until the day you inevitably stumble back down.
This is interesting.
Having driven off the Empire and defended Aryan Road, Vargas gains a distinct advantage on the Western Front, while the indisposed Emperor retreats to her palace in Embar. Capitalizing on Edelgard's condition, control of Adrestia is wrested away by the now regent, Ire. However, the citizenry grows quickly resentful of his brutal manner of governance.
Oh. I'm actually kind of curious how that's going to go for... I wonder how it's going to be like in the Empire route. Because like that, now they're going to get screwed over. For us, this is actually an advantage to an extent. This is pretty interesting.
Azure Gleam. Fanaticism.
Interesting.
The year is 1182. 5 moons have passed since the battle at Aryan Road.
5 months?
While the war itself has changed little in this time, Adrestia has undergone a striking transformation.
Really? Well,
Its
I mean, I guess it
rivers
makes
run
sense.
red with the blood of its citizens.
Oh, it's a
beset
dictatorship.
by rampant pillage and slaughter. Dmitri resolves to kill the Emperor, dismantle Adrestia, and put an end to this grim reality.
Wow, things have really turned in 5 months.
Is this true, Lady Rhea?
It is. Edelgard told me as much before she left to deal with the upheaval in Enbar.
So Edelgard's sort of working with us now? I'm kind of curious how this works.
Regent Volkard von Arundel was colluding with Tomas and his fellow knaves. For many years, Lord Arundel was a pious adherent to the church and its teachings. Until one day, his contributions abruptly cease. Speaking of it now, I realize such a sudden change ought to have raised suspicion.
Yeah, you don't say.
Just like Tomas, he became an entirely different person almost overnight.
It's like they're possessed or something like that. Or they're like, or like what happens in to Monica in The Three Houses.
We had a similar occurrence in Fargus as well. Do you know of the court mage Cornelia?
The one who cured the plague, yes? So she too.
Indeed. I have reason to believe she conspired with Lord Arundel to murder my father. I had assumed them to be agents of the Empire, striving to sow discord within our lands. Yet, back at Aryan Road, the Emperor herself was assaulted by a dark mage who we can assume is in league with Tomas. Whoever these people are, they clearly have their own objectives in this conflict.
As for the man who appeared, Thomas, was it? It seemed as though the Emperor recognized him.
Yes. She also claimed this Talus was the one responsible for my father's death. I find it difficult to take a bitter enemy's assertion as fact. But the pieces do fit.
Sorry, am I interrupting? It's been a while, Dmitri.
Oh,
Rhea.
that would
And
be.
it has, Claude. I'm sorry you had to come all the way to Ferdiad for this.
That makes 2 of us. I could think of plenty of better places for a meeting than this chilly old capital of yours. Of course, I'm the one who asked to stop by in the first place. Thanks for seeing me, Dmitri.
Interesting. So we actually get to see Claude here.
The Empire's sure been busy lately. An uprising over here, a siege over there. You'd think they'd get tired of causing so much chaos.
Nope, that's just what the Empire does.
But now they're looking to cross the Aramid and do the exact same in Alliance territory.
Oh, so they're gonna drag the alliance. So that's why you're talking to us. I see.
And I doubt it'll be long before we start getting hit with some serious losses. Which brings me to my point. What say we partner up and use our combined strength to bring the Empire down?
I mean, you'd think that would have made sense from day one. My enemy is my friend, right?
I am grateful to hear such a suggestion, Claude. Hardened as our soldiers may be, even the combined force of the Kingdom and the Knights of Seros pales in comparison to the staggering might of Adrestia.
If we ever hope to take their capital, we'll need to splinter their army between east and west. And, as Enbar lies in the southernmost reaches of the Empire, carving a path to it will not be an easy task.
I could get behind scattering their troops, but they've got a bear of a man in Count Burgley's defending their eastern flank. Passing through Hevring territory in the west won't be smooth sailing either. The Agma Mountains aren't exactly what I'd call welcoming.
All right. Any attempt at head-on assault will leave our forces depleted and exhausted before we even reach the capital.
But hey, you're in luck. I have a plan. A way we can target Enbar without so much hassle. All we have to do is claim one vital stronghold, and their sway in Fodlan will shrink dramatically. Any ideas what it is?
One vital stronghold. It's not Aryan Road. Isn't there like another fortress or something? It's not Fulton's Locket. Yeah, the Locket is on the eastern border, so that doesn't make sense. I would say the Great Bridge of Murden, maybe? I swear there's like some sort of fort or something on the Alliance side, but I can't remember what it is.
Garreg Mach.
Oh, Garreg Mach itself.
Hey, you really know your stuff, Dmitri.
Garreg Mach is sacred to us. Reclaiming it would provide a significant boost to morale. But how do you propose we strike at such a well-fortified location?
We'll draw the Imperial Army out to our respective front lines, then launch a pincer attack on the old monastery from both the east and the west. It's not the fanciest plan in the world, but it's all we've got right now.
Then allow me to suggest an idea of my own. I believe we should approach by way of Ayla. The valley is not closely guarded by the enemy, and its narrow paths negate any numerical advantage they may hold over us. If all three of us dispatch our best warriors, then I am certain we can retake Garreg Mach.
The Valley of Torment, huh? You're a better tactician than I gave you credit for, Rhea. How about this? First, we create a diversion by sending separate forces to the east and west, and making it look like we aim for their capital. That'll split their focus.
That's true.
Then, when the time's right, we shift our attention to Garreg Mach, sending an army through the Valley of Torment to reclaim it.
The issue then becomes how to hold our ground on both the eastern and western fronts. The west does not concern me on its own. We will have Count Burgleys to contend with in the east.
The trick is engaging the enemy as little as possible. And don't worry, I've got a few surprises up my sleeve if we need them.
The Knights of Seros may be few in number, but they are all the more agile for it. They will act separately, providing reinforcements wherever necessary.
Thank you, Lady Rhea. The support is much appreciated.
Tell me, Dimitri, are you gonna stay buddied up with the Central Church once this war is over?